What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Today we embark on a journey into a new build that will forever change the way that you play Hunter. Season of the Witch has introduced a new exotic armor piece called the Mothkeeper Wraps. And I have to say, this exotic has been incredibly fun. One of the most unique exotics that hunters have gotten in quite a while. The Mothkeeper Wraps flips the standard hunter archetype into a much more adaptive one that will provide you and your team with a ton of versatility and improved survivability. With Mothkeeper Wraps equipped, your assigned grenade will be converted into Destiny's equivalent of a Pokeball, and you'll now have 2 charges. And with how we have this build set up, you'll have an infinite supply of moths to throw. While you'll get 2 grenade charges when running any other subclass, you'll get 3 when running a Strand build with the Widow Silk aspect. With the use of Thread of Generation, you can improve the regeneration of your grenades as you deal damage from any other source. This did see a nerf to its overall performance, but this will still be an extremely beneficial mod to use with this exotic when using a Strand build. When thrown, 2 moths will be released on impact from these little Pokeballs. Moths that spawn near enemies will be blue, while moths that spawn near you or allies will be purple. The blue moths will seek out your enemies, inflicting arc damage and creating a blinding explosion. These deal a base amount of 526 points of damage, 31 points while in the Crucible. Arc moths do count as arc grenade damage, which means that they are able to create orbs when using firepower. They can return super energy on final blows with the use of ashes to assets. When running an arc build with Spark of Shock, these moths will even jolt targets, which would then give these moths the ability to not only stun unstoppable champions, but overloads as well. The purple moth will either fly to you or a nearby ally, providing an overshield worth 22.5 health points. And as long as you're not taking active damage, your health recovery will instantly kick in. These moths can provide support functions by giving you or an ally a quick shield before running into an engagement, or they can serve as a lifeline when you or a teammate are taking heavy heat, since they can track down invisible targets and have impeccable target acquisition and range. These moths are great to preemptively throw into an area that you may be unsure of. When equipped, the Mothkeepers will augment your base grenade cooldown down to 73 seconds. But this can be reduced with the use of armor mods, like Innervation, which provides 12% grenade energy on each orb pickup. There's also the Bomber class item mod that grants 12% grenade energy whenever performing a dodge. Since there will be 2 grenade charges, Grenade Kickstart won't help here, but the use of Font of Focus can. So if you're below 100 points of discipline, you may want to consider equipping this on your gloves. I would also recommend the use of either Time Dilation, Charged Up, and or Stacks on Stacks, so that you can prolong the time that you maintain armor charges. Impact Induction can also be beneficial, as it refunds 20% grenade energy with the use of 1 mod whenever hitting enemies with a charged melee. Strand has been the big standout subclass so far this season, with hunters especially, mainly due to the new Whirling Maelstrom aspect, along with several new artifact mods that provide ability regeneration, bonus ammo, and bonus damage when using elemental orbs and or tangles. With 3 grenade charges available, Strand certainly is a strong choice to pair up with the Mothkeepers, but I've actually found an arc build to be the most effective. As I mentioned before, with the use of Spark of Shock, these moths will jolt targets, applying continuous damage over 8 seconds, which gets chained to any nearby enemies. If we also use Spark of Ions, we can create ionic traces whenever we defeat jolted enemies, which is going to return an extra 12.5% grenade and melee energy, along with 15% class ability energy off of each ionic trace. With Spark of Recharge, we will get an additional 400% melee and grenade regeneration whenever we become critically wounded. Even with Strand getting 3 total grenade charges, I found that it was the arc build that facilitated a much faster overall charge of the moth grenades. And since they have the added ability to jolt targets, they make for a much more effective grenade. When it comes to the weapons that pair up with the Mothkeepers, the X-Darus is the first and foremost selection. This exotic grenade launcher takes on a similar ability of creating its own moths after final blows. And with Mothkeepers also equipped, a second Void Moth will be generated by X-Darus. The Traveler's Chosen is also an amazing choice, as it comes with Osmosis, which converts this kinetic weapon into arc energy whenever you throw your grenade. Traveler's Chosen also provides the Gathering Light trait, which converts energy from final blows into ability energy, allowing you to recharge your grenade, melee, and class ability instantly. Legendary weapons with Demolitionist will be extremely beneficial, as these weapons will create grenade energy after each final blow. Primary weapons will generate 10% grenade energy on each final blow, while secondary weapons like fusion rifles and shotguns generate 20%. Plus, you'll be able to automatically reload these weapons when throwing your grenade. Adrenaline Junkie and Golden Tricorn are also very strong weapon traits, as you will receive bonus damage after using your grenades. Since the seasonal artifact offers several benefits when using elemental orbs and tangles, I found it best to use Strand weapons like Rufus's Fury. This way we can take advantage of generating both tangles and arc elemental orbs, so we can double down on their benefits. This is going to provide us with much more energy, allowing us to have these grenades much more often. The Mothkeepers are an exceptionally unique and powerful exotic, giving Guardians a new and exciting way to enjoy playing Hunter. I love the thematic approach to this exotic. I think Bungie did an excellent job on the design and the performance of the Mothkeepers. So if you haven't gotten yourself a set of these, you need to hit up those Vex Strike Forces on Neomuna, or keep an eye out on Lost Sectors when exotic gloves are the reward. And with that being said, we have come to an end of our breakdown on this amazing Moth Commander Hunter build, available in Season of the Witch. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the Mothkeeper wraps, the new Whirling Maelstrom, the changes to Strand, and the new seasonal artifact. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And what builds have you been using so far this season? Thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated and both really do help support the channel. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.